Hello, everyone. Carnival just made history this week. For the first time ever, they have appointed a female staff captain. And I think that deserves a moment of applause. So, congratulations. But the bigger reason that I am going live tonight and what I am going to be talking about is that August 31st is less than 3 weeks away. And no, it does not mean that summer is over and that people are starting school, although in a lot of cases it does. What it means is that your status with the new Carnival Rewards program may not be as safe as you think. So, my video tomorrow goes into all of it. But until we get to that, here's my question. What is your status level right now? Are you, and I'm going to go in order, are you a blue card, red card, gold card, platinum, or diamond? So put it in the comments which one you are. And then also, let me know, have you actually looked at what happens to your status September 1st, or do you not have any idea? So I want to know what you all think in the comments, and let me know there. So the other thing, let's see. So coming back a little bit is just a little bit of news. So I do want to talk about a few news items and a few things that I learned while on the ship that some of you have asked me about in the comments. So first thing that I talked about is that Carnival earlier this week, or maybe it was last week, they just announced that they promoted their first ever female staff captain. So if you don't know what that means, so captain is kind of mostly in charge of the entire ship, right? So there's actually three people who are on the same level or same kind of rank, if you will. So there is the captain, there is the chief engineer, and there's a hotel director. They all are kind of equal in the sense that they are all the same rank. Like one doesn't outrank the other. But if there was a little bit of an edge, that would be the captain, because legally they are responsible for what happens on the ship and for everything there. So let's say, and this has happened actually. I think it was Costas. So if something happens to the ship, the captain is legally held responsible and liable for what happens. Now, the staff captain is second in charge, right underneath the captain. So the first ever staff captain is Daniela Gargiulo. Gargiulo. And she is on the Carnival Adventure in Sydney. This was August 5th, so I think maybe last week. So she started as a deck cadet in 2013 and kind of worked her way up there. So 13 years to become the first staff captain in Carnival history. So congrats, Danielle. Staff captain, staff captain Daniela. All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome if you are joining live or if you are watching this back. Hey Matt, how's it going? Good to see you, Matt. Matt, I am excited that we will get to sail together New Year's Eve, or hopefully maybe before then. And you know what I forgot? I forgot my little stand. So let's do this. There we go. That's a little nicer. And I need something else. Oh, I'm gonna do this. By the way, if you guys haven't gone, Tequila Lighthouse in Cabo, they are amazing. I got myself some tequila things. They've got like little flavored tequilas. We got to do a tequila tasting. Shout out Louis, who introduced me to Oscar and Maria. I think Marie. Yeah, but shout out to Louis and why am I blanking? Oh, I'm blanking on her name. Yes, it's one of those days. But okay. So Matt, you are leaving on the Frenzy tomorrow. That is awesome. I am. Let's see, on Friday. Okay, yeah. So you're doing a weekend. That's awesome. Have a great time, Matt, on the Frenzy. You'll have to tell me all about it. And I'm excited that I will get to see you for New Year's Eve. But okay, so let's get back to it. Let me know. Here are some of the things. So I'll just go through a few of the things that I think people are curious about, and I'm going to answer some questions, and then others I am going to wait for tomorrow, because I actually have two videos coming out. This is kind of the part one of the video, which is basically everything that you need to do before August 31st. And then the next part of the video, which comes out the week after, is going to be explaining everything about the new rewards program. But so, kind of leading up to this, I'm curious. So, there were a lot of comments that people are assuming their status just transfers automatically, and it does not. So that's kind of the biggest thing. So if you just want to shut off the video, that's all you need to know, is that your status does not transfer automatically, and that's really the biggest thing. And the other part is that if you don't know already, the current Carnival program, I'll use that word, program, is called VIFP, very important fun person, and that's kind of the status program that Carnival is using right now. They are switching to a new program which is called Carnival Rewards. Completely different systems. It's not like a little rename. It's not a refresh. It is a completely different thing, and there are a lot of things that are different. Okay, something else that I've seen a lot is that, oh, I'll just kind of figure out in September. Um, no, that's kind of like saying I'm just gonna run a marathon and I'll just figure out when I start. You're gonna be too late. If you wait until September, you're gonna be screwed. How much you get screwed, we will talk about later. So yes, so this is a very important deadline, probably more important than anything else in Carnival history, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. And I should have kind of titled my video that way. But okay, so who gets affected by this? Um, Really everyone. This matters whether you are a first time sailor, whether you are diamond, everything in between. It really matters for everyone. But really, the longer you have sailed, so basically the higher your status, the more it's going to matter for you. And there's actually a couple things, but there's one really big thing that surprised me in my research for this video. So the full video gets released tomorrow, and yeah, there is something that I thought I knew everything about the program, but even something that I learned, at least a couple things that I learned in my research all about rewards. So let me do the okay. So let's see. Is there any other news to go? Oh, okay, yes. So let us. Oh, hi, Norma. Hello. So another thing about what's it called? Oh, some other news. And I think a lot of you know that I've reported that that there are nachos on the Panorama and Frenzy. Unfortunately, the Radiance doesn't have them yet, but there are 6 ships that have nachos. We are fortunate on the West Coast that 2/3 of our ships, or sorry, 2/3 of the Long Beach ships, not West Coast, 2/3 of the Long Beach ships have nachos. So the Frenzy and the Panorama, which is really cool. I'm really excited about it. So I did get a chance to try the nachos, and one of the questions that someone had was that, are the nachos gluten free? Now I got the answer to half of that. I need to go talk to Layla again and find out the other half, or Alex. But the nachos, so the nacho chips themselves, the little triangle, ooh, the triangle, the little nachos, those are, well, first of all, they are corn. So someone asked about that. The nacho chips are corn. Second, they asked if they are gluten free. They are not gluten free. So the nacho chips are corn and they are not gluten free. However, you can go up to the counter and you can ask for gluten free nacho chips. I did forget to ask if the nacho cheese is gluten free. So I'm going to go back and try to find that out, if the nacho cheese is gluten free. But at least for right now, I know the nacho chips are not gluten free, but you can ask for them. So I totally forgot to ask about the other stuff, but so that was some answers to some questions that you had. And then Sandra, hello. It was so great meeting you. It was so great getting to sail with you, Sandra. So thank you for joining my live. So, anywho, I know a bunch of, oh, and Aaron, hello. Aaron said, Ruben, my goat, appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you too, Aaron. So for everyone who is joining me live right now, and even if you are watching this back later on replay, put in the comments what your status is. So put in your comments what your status is. So are you a blue card, red card, gold, platinum, or diamond? So put in what your status is, And if you know, um, if you know what is changing September 1st, and if you know kind of the big thing that you need to know for why, like all the things that are changing, and that there is this really big deadline that everyone needs to know about that you need to do before or by August 31st. So I'm starting to see a bunch of people. Okay, so Norma is diamond. Yay, that's awesome, Norma. Blanca is diamond. There's so many diamonds here. Um, Norma's diamond, Blanca's diamond. Aaron is red. That's awesome. Well, we got a new cruiser. Sandra is red. Another new cruiser. That is so cool. So yeah, so I know a lot. There's a lot of people who are platinum who are in this push to make a diamond. So if that is you, good luck. There is some great. Actually, let's see. I talk about it a little bit in terms of what you want to do leading up to August 31st, and that definitely is something really big. I think it's kind of so far down the line that there isn't really too much you can do if you are platinum, but if you are, feel free to put it in the comments, and we can talk through it. But Pedro hit diamond last week. Oh my gosh, congrats. Yay. That is awesome. That is such a huge accomplishment. So, Pedro, you get to join me, Blanca, and Norma in diamond. That is awesome. And we've got a couple red cards. I think, Matt, if I remember, you're still platinum. Not still, but I think you're platinum. Um, yeah. Um, so Sandra and Aaron, you are red cards. That will be exciting. That it's still something important for you to do. So whether you are a blue card, a red card, whatever status you have, and especially my platinum and diamond friends, that this is a very important thing for you to do leading up to September 1st. So I'm going to explain everything about that tomorrow on that video that comes out. Let's see, what is the other stuff that I was going to. Oh, so again, it's a two-part video. So the first part is explaining this deadline, what's changing, and why the deadline is so important of what you need to do before August 31st. And then the second part of the video, so it's going to be released tomorrow sometime. I think tomorrow sometime. I'm still working on the video. Released tomorrow sometime for YouTube members, and it'll go public next week Friday at 1 p.m. For the public, for everyone to watch. And that's the part two of the video, that really goes into detail of everything you need to know about the Carnival rewards program, and it breaks down kind of the two parts of rewards. So there are two things. One is status, how you get status, and those are through stars, and you've got points, and points are kind of the things that get you stuff. So two parts. It's really kind of almost two separate programs under the same name, under Carnival Rewards. So I'm going to explain everything about that, how you earn things, and I've got an amazing cheat code, that especially so for Aaron, Sandra, for like the red people, this is a great cheat code, and actually even for my diamond friends. So stars won't matter for you because you already have your status, you have diamond for life, but points actually do matter. So they will matter for you because that is how you can redeem things. So I know a lot of you get your casino stuff, but even with your casino things, that is going to be tied into how points work. So stay tuned for that. Matt says he's not going to make diamond. That's a bummer. I think, and Matt, we talked about this. That's something that will be in my video next week. I've got this amazing cheat code on how to get status, and this is really what. So I thought I wasn't going to hit diamond either. Rewind back to like December, January when I was still gold. I didn't think I was going to hit I didn't think I was going to hit diamond. I thought I was barely going to hit platinum. So this was part of my plan based on what they had announced way back then, and we know a lot more now. But based on what they had announced, what the rewards program was going to be, this was actually my plan. So I kind of did a lot of research. I figured out. I thought, oh, I'm not going to make diamond. I'm not going to hit that. So all of these two videos is a lot of this research of what my plan was, going into this, thinking that I wouldn't hit diamond and that I would be at platinum. So I'm going to explain all of that in my video tomorrow. But yeah, but aside that, I am curious how everyone's doing. So let me know how you guys are doing. Matt, I know that you are going on the Frenzy tomorrow. That sounds like a lot of fun. So that's Friday, so that'll be a weekend cruise. I know that's kind of your specialty. You love those nice little fun weekend cruises. Oh, by the way, one of my friends got me. So um, John and Liz, shout out to John and Liz if you're watching this back. They got me onto Topo Chico. So I have been drinking this a lot on this cruise. It's non-alcoholic. It is a flavored sparkling water. That sounds fancy. It kind of is. So this one has ginger extract. It's tangerine. It's pretty tasty. It's refreshing. So if you didn't know about Topo Chico, you can get that. Okay. Since you all are my loyal viewers, I'm gonna give you this little cheat code. So I'm very likely not gonna make a video about this. So because you guys are here with me live, I'm gonna share this with you. Let me know in the comments if any of you are, oh, um, what's the word? What is it called? Hold on. What is this? It is a bourbon. That's what it is. Let me know if any of you are bourbon drinkers. Actually, if you're drinkers at all. So let me know what your drink of choice is in the comments. And depending on what you say, I've got a really cool kind of hack for some of the alcohol. So let me know in the comments if that is you, and then I can talk about that. Okay. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about? We talked about news. Oh, okay. Someone did ask if there is EV charging at the port terminal. I'm pretty sure there is, but I didn't. I was going to go confirm it by walking around, and I totally forgot about it. I didn't do it, but I'm going to try and do it when I get back to the port. Some other news. I did find. Oh, Anne says coffee. Oh, I love coffee. So hopefully you already know about this hack. Most people know that you can get your coffee at Java Blue, but there are other bars sometimes that have coffee machines. So if you like your coffee fix, go check out some of the other bars. So like on the Panorama, which bar is that? It's right next to Java Blue. You see the lines and everyone's there, but the place back, the Havana bar actually has an espresso machine too. So if you like coffee, you can go back there. They're not open quite as early as the other two bars, and I think the Atrium bar also has a espresso machine, English, right? Okay, what was I talking about? Oh yes, so some more news. So I talked about the nachos. Also at the port, I think some of you watched my video that the escalator works now. So there are 4 options now for getting from the ground level up to the level that gets us onto the cruise ship. So the one that everyone knows about is the ramp, because that's the first thing you see. It's where they try to push everyone up the ramp. But there is also an elevator. Not everyone knows about the elevator, but there is an elevator that you take. When you go towards the elevator, so you just keep walking past the ramp. Next to the elevator, there's stairs. That's what I love taking. I will do the stairs most of the time. Now, there is also another option, which is an escalator, and that was broken for forever, like years, I think. I don't think I've ever seen it working, but it's working again. So the escalator is working. A couple things to note is that most of the time, the people who are guiding you won't let you back there because they want everyone to go onto the ramp. If you really need to go to the elevator, just tell them you need to use the elevator, and then usually they'll let you back there. If you don't want to take the escalator, the rules are that you need both hands free. So you cannot be taking luggage because they need both hands to be grabbing the rails. At least that's the rule. Both hands need to be holding onto that. So you can't be holding onto your luggage. You can't kind of just leave it there. So both hands need to be free to use the escalator. Otherwise, you can also use the stairs, use the ramp, or the elevator. So that is the news at port. I think also we talked about last week, we talked about the fact that there is a new rideshare area. So if you want to get dropped off, picked up, a little hack is to turn into Queen Mary or put in Queen Mary for your pickup. And there's a little rideshare area, so that can shave off, potentially an hour from sitting in line waiting to get into the port terminal. You just go into Queen Mary, and it's right there. Right when you turn in, you pull off to your. Wait, is that your right? My right, your left. My left, your right. Yeah, pull off to the right, and you will be able to. You will see the rideshare drop off. James, hello. How's it going? Welcome, James. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you. Sandra says tequila or rum. Okay, so no one has talked about the one alcohol or two alcohols that I want to talk about, so I won't mention it here. Maybe I'll talk about it another time. But left side. Okay, yeah. So my left, your right. Yep. So if you are going into, so you turn left into Queen Mary, and then it's on the right. So that is where the rideshare area is. I did record a video to show everyone where it is, and let's see, that might be a Sunday video. I've got like my schedule and stuff, so, or maybe I'll post it tomorrow or Saturday. But yeah, so I've got that video where I kind of show where the rideshare area is and how to get there, and how to get back. So yeah, you can be on the lookout for those videos. I'm also going to be talking about the gluten-free options for the nacho cheese. And what else am I going to be talking about? Yeah. But anywho, my Topo Chico, it is great seeing a lot of you. It's been good catching up, talking about everything about the Carnival Rewards program. So make sure you watch that video tomorrow. I talk all about the deadline of what you need to do by August 31st and why it is so important. So check out that video tomorrow. And then I will be back next week, Thursday. So I'm on the cruise ship, so you can kind of see. There's my, whoops. I've got stuff connected. My computer's doing stuff while I'm doing this. I wish I could show you, but I've got all these hard drives that are, let's see if I can do this. I've got all these hard drives that I'm doing stuff with that are connected and doing all my edits and stuff. So, anywho, ooh, Sandra said whiskey also. Love that. So yeah, so I am on the Panorama. I get off Saturday. I go home for like 8 days. 8 days, and then I am back on the Panorama on Sunday. I am on for a 6-day cruise, and then 6-day cruise on the Panorama, and then I've got my 3-day Cali Country cruise. Then I've got my 5-day Super Legends cruise. Then I'm back home for I think maybe 2 weeks. Then I am on the Firenze for a couple weeks. Then I've got a work trip to North Carolina. Then I'm back home. Then I am on the Radiance, I think. No, I'm on the Frenzy first. I'm on the Frenzy, then the Radiance, then the Frenzy again, and then the Frenzy and the Frenzy. And I will see Matt on the Frenzy on for New Year's Eve. So, yeah. But anywho, it has been great seeing so many of you. I am so glad to be able to see all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in live. If you are watching this on replay, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys next week. So next week I will be back home broadcasting from home. So I will see you guys there. And that way I will also get to add in YouTube. YouTube will be live. TikTok will be live. So I will see all of you guys then. So until then, have a great night. And I will see you guys next week.